gear seekers, I'm Nick. Over the last few weeks, NZXT has released quite a few new refreshes with a few more due to release in the next few weeks. Initially, we were only going to cover the H510 Elite because it's technically a new case, but we reached out to our Discord community and asked if we should cover the H510i as well, and the response was a resounding yes. With that in mind, we built a decently powered gaming rig using near identical specs to our H510 Elite build, but this time with the H510i and less RGB. Like usual, this is not a permanent system. However, because you guys love the last few videos we did with benchmarks, we decided that we're just gonna do them forever from now on with every single video. So stick around till a little bit later to see how this machine performed. Also, make sure you watch to the end because we get a lot of comments about things in our builds that are almost always answered in the video at some point. So yeah, just watch the whole video. There's also a PC part picker list in the description as well for those who are keen to see what all the parts are and to see what we use and how much everything cost. All right, let's do a build. Let's talk parts because that's what we do here. The motherboard is the brand new MSI MEG X570 Ace. This board is probably the MSI X570 board I would personally buy, that or the X570 Creation. The CPU is the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. The 3700X is an 8-core, 16-threaded multitasking and gaming boss. It's a great bang for buck chip. I really like this CPU. To cool the 3700X, we'll use the Cooler Master ML240R RGB. This cooler does a good job of keeping the 3700X cool. We did an installation guide for AM4 and you can check that out in the top right hand corner right about now. The GPU that was used is the MSI RTX 2060 Super Gaming X. The 2060 Super is considerably faster than the 2060 and competes quite easily with the 2070, and it's not a bad bit of kit. I actually quite like the 2060 Super. The RAM chosen was 16 gigs of G.Skill Triton Z RGB at 3200 MHz. This is easily the most popular RGB memory kit on the market right now. Lastly, let's talk about the case. It's the brand new NZXT H510i. We didn't do a full review of this case because most of what we wanted to talk about we already covered in the H510 Elite video. If you want to check out what we said about that case, and basically this case as well, there's a video in the top right hand corner right now, and also a link in the description. As far as building is concerned, for those interested, it's exactly the same to build in as the older NZXT H500 and the H510 Elite. There is almost nothing different with this case except it's got a USB Type-C port on the top. Cable management is very easy and it's very NZXT-like. It's got Velcro tie downs and cable management channels. I wish they were a little bit wider for the chunkier cables. The included smart controller is also a nice feature. The main difference between this and the H510 Elite though is the inclusion of an RGB strip on the back side of the NZXT bar. Overall, the case is pretty nice. It was super easy to build in, and if I'm honest, save yourself some money and buy the NZXT H500. That's me being honest. Yeah, this case, it's nice. It's a refresh, but it almost shouldn't exist. Okay, let's talk about fans, lighting, and the aesthetics and all that stuff because most of you people love that stuff. The cable extensions are black and red Thermaltake extensions. The fans we used are two Air 2 120mm RGB fans connected to the Smart Hub and configured in NZXT Cam, and everything else was configured in MSI Mystic Light. Okay, it's benchmarking time. Just be aware I didn't test this system with every single game on Earth. We used our usual suite of benchmarks, so you can go back to any other video where we do GPU benchmarks and compare to see how the system did. All right, yeah, benchmarking time, let's go. The build turned out pretty nice, the gaming performance is decent, and it's near identical to our H510 Elite build. I think it's a pretty balanced system. If you're interested in any of the parts in this build, there are links in the description down below to every single thing that we used. Also, there's a PC part picker list as well if you want to check that out. If you like the music that I make for the channel and you want to listen to it, check out our Patreon as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier in the video, the H510i Yeah, buy the H500, it's cheaper, and just add RGB. Yeah, I'm not trying to hate, but that's just me being honest. Save yourself some money. Thanks for watching.